somebody explain something to me, please? I want to know where all of the good men have gone.
I just have a general question. So, where are the good men?
I can find a good guy. I think they don't exist anymore.
These women will ignore these men and then cry later on that they can't find nobody.
So this goes out to all of the men out there.
I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, where have all the good men gone?
Someone said, I don't know who was it on this app, but they were like, come to Home Depot to find your husband.
So where are all the good men in New York City? Because
The good men epidemic is real. They're starving for the very men they push away. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Where are all the good men? If you a good man, please step to the front. And if you wondering about us good women, we're around. I mean, we probably at home. We'll come out, do what we got to do. We mind our own business, and then we right back at home. So if you happen to run into one of us good women, you better think fast, okay? Because it might be a missed opportunity.
I just have a general question. So, where are the good men? Is there like a warehouse where they're manufactured, where I could like go and like pick one out, I could like pay for it and buy, like take it home with me? Like, where are we finding these people? Because it like sure as hell is not on the apps. At least not for me. That's not where I'm finding them. This is just like a daily general wondering that I have. Just like, where are we finding the men that are like doing the work, healing themselves, healing past traumas, getting over their exes, that are like self-aware, kind, like general good humans? Where are they?
Those kind of men that this woman and many of these women are looking for are already done with dating. If we look in the dating pool, many men see that many of these Western women are broken, and that's really a big reason why many of them are staying away from them. And honestly, you can't blame them. Men have watched the dating culture shift into something that feels like a battlefield, full of bitterness, entitlement, and unrealistic expectations. These men are tired of being treated like disposable wallets, emotional punching bags, or temporary entertainment. When men see women openly bragging about rosters, talking down to men, prioritizing independence over partnership, and pushing masculinity onto men who just want peace, it becomes clear why they check out. These men want loyalty, grace, feminine energy, and reciprocity, but instead, they keep running into women who are emotionally unavailable, traumatized, or carrying heavy resentment from past relationships.
Men cannot accept that women are single by choice because most men are not single by choice.
What type of men exactly are they talking to? Because most of the guys that I know that are single are happily so.
And I'm sure I'll have many men in the comments being like, I'm single by choice. No, you're not.
Why? Because it's inconceivable to some that a lot of men's standards are too high to date a lot of the women that they meet out there?
Most women are single by choice because getting a man is the absolute easiest thing to get.
I wonder if they know that getting a man and then keeping a man are two different things.
Men don't want to believe that, but guess what? Y'all are easy.
I've often found that it takes experts in those particular matters to recognize it in others.
On the other side of the coin, women are mostly difficult to get, okay? And especially now in 2025, women have standards that most men do not ever plan on reaching. And if they do, it is usually a temporary fix until the mask falls.
That might have something to do with the fact that almost every woman out there considers herself to be a 10 out of 10 and expects their man to also be a 10 out of 10. Quite frankly, a lot of women have unrealistic expectations.
Can somebody explain something to me, please? I want to know where all of the good men have gone. Where are all of the chivalrous men? Where are they? Because I just went into Circle K with a stroller, right? And there was nobody around except for the guy at the counter. And he's just staring at me as I'm struggling trying to get through the entrance. Struggling. because there's no like handicapped, you know, push button where it opens, and I'm just like trying to get the stroller in there, and he's just staring at me. And then to top it off, another man walks in as I'm walking out of Circle K, watches me struggle again getting out of Circle K as I'm opening the door and trying to push the stroller through. What is going on? Where have all the good men gone? Where? Why? I just don't understand. There's no like kindness anymore. Where has all the kindness gone? I don't know. I don't know what to say. You guys have a good day. Hopefully better than mine. Bye!
The chivalry in men died when women took advantage of them for their kind hearts. This woman is asking, where are chivalrous men? But what she fails to realize is that those men didn't disappear. They simply stopped offering their kindness to people who abused it. Men didn't wake up one day and decide to stop being gentlemen. They became this way after years of being mocked for it, used for it, or told they were doing too much. Every time a man opened the door and got eye rolls, every time he tried to be sweet and got taken advantage of, every time he gave effort and got nothing but entitlement in return, something inside him shut down. Chivalry didn't die. It was pushed out. It was laughed at. It was replaced with, I don't need a man. Men are useless, and he better earn my energy. So when this woman asks where the chivalrous men are, the truth is, they're still out there. They're just no longer giving chivalry to women who act like they don't deserve it.
Someone said, I don't know who was it on this app, but they were like, come to Home Depot to find your husband. Girl, the only reason I come to Home Depot is my dad be giving me things like this and be telling me, hey, I need you to get another one of this. That's the only reason I come. Because ain't no way.
I would like to know, where are these men that I see on TikTok? Because they ain't nowhere where I live. Like, nowhere. Like, where are y'all? Like, where? Please tell me where. Like, I have yet to see a man that I see on TikTok in Walmart. Okay? It ain't happening where I'm at. Like, at all. Like, where y'all at? Are y'all hiding? Like, what's going on? Like, do I need to move? I swear. What is going on? Like, I'm in love with people on TikTok that I never met before. Where y'all at, man?
A lot of women miss out on their potential husbands because they be friends on them. You're not my type. He's just a friend. He might be a little too this, or he's not attractive enough. The whole time you looking for somebody who won't go 50-50, and that man would have elevated your life. Right. That man would have gave you everything. He would have been a good father to your kids, but he's not attractive. If he wants to pay all the bills, or he wants to be this and this and this to me, and he's not attractive, girl, you better make that man attractive. There's a shortage of good men out here because you can build attraction. I'm absolutely not attracted to my daughter's dad. And at the time when I was seeing him, his personality started to win me over. So now I got an ugly baby daddy dad. The people we put in the friend zone are usually the people we hold dear to us, and we don't want to lose those relationships. You put these people in the friend zone, but they're really usually good to you. Now, I'm not talking about the friend zone person that's the creep or the weirdo. I'm talking about those real tight relationships. I think that a lot of times women put men in the friend zones, and that person be there picking up your broken heart through all of your trials and your triumphs with these men and these women. You got them in the friend zone, and they care about you more than everybody you've dated.
That is true. A lot of these women today miss out on a good husband because they friend zone them. And it's the same men that many of them are searching for now. Even women in their 30s and 40s are struggling right now because they're trying to find a man after spending their 20s pushing away the very men who would have given them stability, loyalty, and love. You have to look at it like this. These women today who are searching for those men are looking for a last-minute save. They're not looking for love the way they claim. They're looking for a rescue mission, a lifeline, someone to fix the mistakes they made in their 20s. Because let's be real, if these same men showed up years ago when she was at her prime, she wouldn't have given them a chance.
We need a new dating app. And I'm not talking like someone create a brand new dating app, because there needs to be hot people on there, tall men, respectable men, because Hinge and Bumble just are not cutting it anymore. I don't know if I've just lived in my city for way too long and exhausted all my options, but I need more options. Or I feel like a lot of people my age just aren't using dating apps anymore, but then at the same time, men don't have the confidence to come up and approach a woman anymore. So you see, something's just not working, it's not clicking, and I am so tired of being single. I'm 30, my time is running out. If you're still watching and you know someone who is looking for someone like me, I'm 30, live in Arizona. The location, that's not a deal breaker, but ideally Arizona, ideally in the 30s, tall, handsome, good looking, and the most important, a respectable man. Let me know.
Pushing a man until he finally snaps, then running to your friends crying, "Oh my God, he's so mean and so toxic and abusive." That's one of the most lowest and evil forms of manipulation ever. You don't get to disrespect him every day, belittle him when he opens up, emasculate him for not being what you can't handle, ignore his needs, flirt with other men in his face, and use sex like a weapon. And then act shocked when he finally blows up or walks away. He didn't just turn into an overnight. You drained him. You chipped away at his patience until nothing was left. You trained the nice guy you met to stop caring. Good men don't wake up cold. They get turned cold by women who mistake his self-control for weakness. Then when he finally says enough is enough, you play victim and cry wolf. No, honey, you're not the victim. You are the arsonist crying about the fire that you just started. Grow up. So stop acting like you don't know what just happened. You know exactly what you did. You just never thought he would actually walk away. Now he's gone. Or worse, you've numbed him. And now you're on social media talking about how all the good ones turn bad. No, again, honey, you burned him out. One disrespectful act at a time. Own it. Or keep pretending you don't know why every man after him stops trusting women like you. It's your move.
It is called the victim card. When a woman pushes a man until he says he's done, and then her going to her friend is just her looking for validation. She wants someone to tell her she's right, even when she knows deep down she's the one who caused the damage. Instead of taking accountability, she runs to people who will comfort her, hyper her up, and paint her as the victim. That's why I say women don't hold each other accountable. They just reinforce whatever makes them feel good in the moment. Instead of telling their friend, "You were wrong," or "You pushed that man too far," they jump straight into defending her, hyping her up, and blaming the man. A lot of women today would rather protect each other's feelings than help each other grow. So when one messes up a relationship, her friends don't guide her toward accountability. They guide her toward excuses. He didn't deserve you anyway. You're too good for him. And the excuses goes on and on.
I just had an epiphany and I feel so stupid right now. I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, where have all the good men gone? I can't find them. Every dude I talk to either ain't got a job, ain't got a car, ain't got nothing going on. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, where are all the good men? Work! They have jobs! You know where they're not? At Goodwill at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday like me after writing my silly little songs all day. So if that means I gotta post up at the Mapco at 5 a.m. looking hot to bag me a hardworking man, Mapco, get ready. I'm about to get a show.
Or maybe, just maybe, he was a really good guy and you got bored. Maybe he was really nice, and maybe you have to paint this image of him in effort to make yourself not look the way that you feel. You know, maybe you don't want to look dumb. Maybe you don't want to look bad for letting a good thing go. No! Hear me out when I say this. Women do leave good men. So a woman will not leave her family if the man is good. This is what like 90% of my comments chop up to when it comes to the children's father being a good dad and being a good man. All the comments. A good woman wouldn't have left, or a woman wouldn't have left a good man. He must have been doing something wrong. Or
I agree, because when we look in reality today, there are many women who have good men or had good men, but because they got bored or felt like something was missing, they leave the man and destroy the family in the process. And that's the heartbreaking part. These women aren't leaving abusive men, violent men, or irresponsible men. They're leaving stable, loyal, hard-working men simply because the relationship didn't feel like a movie anymore. They confuse comfort with boredom, peace with predictable, and loyalty with lack of excitement. So instead of appreciating the good man they have, they convince themselves there's something better out there. They chase a fantasy, an illusion, a spark that doesn't even exist in real long-term relationships. And in doing that, they break their own home, hurt their own children, and ruin a man who genuinely loved them.
At it again, I'm back at Whole Foods for some Friday night dinner, and I have to tell you, I have hope about love in the produce department, because I was sharing my story about going to Whole Foods the other day for looking for love, and I had a girlfriend private message me and say, hey, I just want you to know that I met my husband in the grocery store in the produce department at Whole Foods nonetheless. She goes, so you can find love in the grocery store. So maybe I'm not really, off base in my thinking that love might be there. So, all right, maybe this 15th time is a charm.
So there's this trend going on TikTok when women are going to Home Depot and they're trying to find, potential mates. And it's actually very funny to me because, we live in a day and age where dating has become such a very unique experience. In 2023, it feels like it's such a different time of trying to date and find someone to spend the rest of your life with. Growing up in the 90s, early 2000s, I feel like when I would hear people talk about love, when they would talk about finding love or tell their stories, it was always like, oh, we met at church, or we met at a grocery store or a gas station, a park, at some type of event or function. Versus now, it's like trying to find love feels like a task. It feels like it's some kind of like hard work, like you have to like break some kind of scientific code just to meet somebody.
At this point, Home Depot might just host a dating event, because that's just how many women are attending there to try and get a man. And honestly, when men see that, they really need to be careful. It may look like a good thing, but in reality, many are on survival mode. They're not showing up because they suddenly value hard-working men. They're showing up because their options dried up, and now they're scrambling. A lot of these women aren't there because they genuinely want to build a life with a good man. They're there because life humbled them, because the men they used to chase don't want them. And that's something to keep in mind, especially in modern dating. Because when desperation enters the picture, intentions get blurry. Men need to stop assuming every woman approaching them means well. Some are simply looking for the quickest path to stability, not a true partnership.